Today I look at a GE Spacemaker radio. It's a CD player, Spacemaker radio, and this thing here has got a problem. It won't play, apparently, according to what I've been told. It won't play. So let's see why it won't play. I have a feeling I already know what the problem with this is. I can hear and feel the motor running to eject the disc. But there's not much torque on there. I think we have a slipping belt. So let's get the top off this thing and take a look and see what's going on. See if it's just a belt. It looks to come apart just by removing these arrow mark screws. I'm going to assume that that is all that I have to do, is take out all these screws that have an arrow beside them, and it looks to be quite a few of them, and the top should just lift off of it. 27 screws later, we can take the top off this thing. That's ridiculous. 27 screws to hold the top on. Like, come on. Look at this pile, and then there's some more back here. There's four smaller screws, and then the rest of this pile of large screws. Okay, here's our mechanism. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. A little amplifier over here, a conventional power transformer. Here's the radio portion of it here, and our power amp, and here's our CD player. As you can see, the CD player slides in and out. And somewhere in here there's going to be a belt and a motor that controls it. So let's just open this thing up and power it down and see if I can lift out the mechanism. It seems to just lift right out and tips over. And there's our belt. There's our drive belt there. And it's pretty sad. Might be able to put some rubber renew on there and tighten it up a little bit, but let's just first of all see whether I actually have one. Now this mechanism does unplug. There's a plug back here. I can just undo this plug. Soldered in on one side. This side unplugs. I can set the radio aside. Let's see if I can find a belt to replace that with. I might get lucky and have one. Belt just slips off. The other side of it, though, we're going to have to actually, we're going to have to take this mechanism apart to get the other side of that belt off, because it's looped over top of, if you look down in here, it's looped over top of this pulley. There's a gear in here on the top side, so we're going to have to get that belt over top of this gear. So I may have to just remove the front mechanism. I'm just going to look at this and see how it comes apart. To take the tray out requires removing these little lock pins here. Just take a screwdriver underneath them and they just lift up. There's one on each side. As you can see, they will lift up and pop out like that. They're held in place with glue, so you just have to kind of wedge a screwdriver underneath here and just give them a little bit of a turn. And they will pop up like that. Try not to lose them. Now this mechanism will be able to slide out. Now you gotta be really careful. This is a flexible cable, so you don't want to pull it too far. Pull it out just far enough that we can unplug the connector. Now it looks like it might be a bit of glue, maybe not. You should be able to unplug this connector here just by carefully sliding it out like that. Now we can remove the whole mechanism. And now I can access the belt to remove the worn belt. And there's the old belt. So belt's pretty dry. I'm going to see if I can find one that's roughly the same size. I do have a little smaller belt that should fit in here no problem. It should get the job done. So to get the belt in, I'm going to have to just kind of wind it between the teeth here, and I don't think we'll have any damage done to it. If we have to get it, there we go, just like that, through the teeth. Yeah, I'm getting a bit of grease on it, but that's okay, it won't hurt it. You can always clean that off after the fact. Okay, new belt is down into the groove. Put it over top of the motor, like that. And voila! The motor will now turn this belt with plenty of torque. Okay, now we just need to put the mechanism back in. Again, you have to be careful with this ribbon cable, because if it gets damaged, we're going to have a big problem. So we put the mechanism in like that, and I just have to plug the cable in it. It flips around and plugs into the plug like this. So I'll show you where that plug is. So the plug is right here, right there, and we just have to curl it around, and it just slides in. There's no catch or any release on this thing. It just slides into the slot, I believe. Yeah, there's no catch on it. It just plugs straight in. So we just have to tip it down. You know, we don't want to bend this thing too much, because they will break if you bend them too sharply. So you got to kind of be careful when doing this. Just plug in like that. I'm not quite square. Goes in just like that, and then our stoppers go back in. The stoppers just plug into the plastic just as they came out. Oops. Goes in just like that. And now we can plug the unit back in. So we plug the multi-connector in at the back. And drop the deck back into its place. This little plastic catch here has to line up with, you'll see here, there's a little plastic catch that you have to line up so that when the door goes back in, it will pull it shut. See the little catch down here? There's one on each side that has to line up, otherwise the door is going to jam. Okay, now let's see if it opens. Seems like it opens. Seems like it closes. We'll get a CD and see if it will play. We'll look at the scope. There we go. It's playing. And yeah, looks good. Okay, there's our RF from our scope. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.